here at the funeral party.
Yes.
From the cabaret to theatre, a very important jump for you.
Not really, as I started out in theatre. When I was younger, I went to a theatre college. I always wanted to do film, but I ended up going to a theatre college, and I fell in love with the stage. So actually I started in stage in productions like Chicago or Scrooge the musical. So cabaret was something that just happened by mistake, really, when I moved to London, because I auditioned for a long time in London and it's very competitive, except cabaret, the musical. So this just happened by mistake. It happened out of boredom one night and it just grew, so over 4 or 5 years. So it's nice to now go back to the theatre, which I've sort of missed, and wanting to expand my character in the cabaret on the stage. So
How the idea of this show was born?
Well, obviously I really am inspired by Tim Burton, anything sort of gothic and dark. I wanted to do a show with boys because on the cabaret scene it's all about burlesque and girls. So the boys get pushed behind in the back. And I just want to do something with strong boys and just for the guys, really, and create my own work, because you know you just I feel male performers get lost in burlesque shows, and if they don't have boobs or anything. So
Two main characters on stage, Mr. Pustra,
Yes.
you, and Joe Black.
Yes.
They are very different but complementary too.
yes, it is quite interesting. We did villains in Ireland last month, Dublin. We did a review of it, not the whole show, and we do complement each other because Pustra's character is very melancholic and reserved, and Joe's character is very energetic and wild, and that works. We play off each other very well, and I feel we complement each other in terms of looks and what we do. So I do think it's a really good mix.
Brings the public in 4 different places. How did you create these different atmospheres?
It's basically all the atmospheres, or everything that's in the show is something that interests me. So Pustra's backstory was always he's Eastern European, so he always had a very funny accent, and he worked in a circus somewhere in Eastern Europe. So I wanted to use that, and in Berlin he meets Joe Black on the streets. There's a big Weimar Berlin influence in the show, and then it goes to Coney Island with vintage circus freak shows. That has a big part of the show as well, and then we end up in Hell, which is sort of a gothic limbo. So it's basically just 4 genres or periods, if you want to call it that interest me, that I just put together, really. So it's all things I liked that I just made into one, really. And I think they work really well because they're quite different and they represent different times in the character's sort of story, which happens over a very quick period.
You had this opportunity in Rome where you met a director, I read.
Alessandro?
In Rome, here.
No, we actually met. He saw a show of mine in London about 2 years ago.
Okay.
And he gave me his card, and then they booked me for Velvet Cabaret that same year, November 2009. So I came over, and I came over again the following month, in 2010. And we just stayed in contact, really, and they've always wanted to do a stage show, and he heard about villains, and he just offered it. They had the dates in the theatre available, and then it just went from there, really. So we just stayed in contact over the years, and so here we are.
Really the one who writes on your Facebook page?
I had it the other day. Someone messaged me, some girl from Croatia, and asked me, "Are you really you?" And I wrote back to her and I said, "What do you mean?" And she's like, oh no, I thought you were an imposter. I'm like, no, it's really me.
Okay.
But yeah, it'd be quite interesting if I did have an imposter, but no, it's me.
No, because I read you like gelato and other Italian treats.
Yes.
You?
Well. But yes, ice cream, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Are you staying for the show?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.